What's happening, guys? Deer season is upon us. By golly, I'm excited. I absolutely can't wait to get in the woods, and by the time this video uploads, this guy will have hunted a couple times. My season starts tomorrow, and this video won't get uploaded for a couple days, so I might have a couple deer on the ground by the time you're watching this. Today, I just want to do a quick pack dump and show you everything that I use for bow hunting early season with a saddle. This is a Badlands Pursuit pack. This has been a really good pack. I've had it ever since I started saddle hunting. It's not the lightest weight pack in the world, but it holds up to a lot of abuse, and anybody that knows me knows that I'm very hard on my gear. So let's get started with when we get to the tree. The first thing I'm going to do when I get to the tree is unstrap my climbing method, which in this case is my spurs. These aren't the lightest weight spurs in the world, but I really like them, and they're not that expensive. These are Bashlands. They make a little bit of noise in different places. You got to do some work on the straps and the buckles, but all in all, I can climb pretty quietly with them. Now the next thing I'm going to get out of my pack is my tether and my lineman's belt. Now what I like to do once I'm hooked up into my saddle with my lineman's belt, I'll just put my tether around my neck and I'll go ahead and climb the tree, and then when I get to hunting height, put my tether around the tree and I'm ready to hang. So I have all my ropes out, my climbing method out. Next, I'm going to put on my saddle. This is the tethered Mantis, and boy, it is a beauty. This one isn't actually mine. It's Flinging Arrows, or Jared's saddle. He's going out west, so I'm using his for the early season, and hopefully by then mine will be here too. So let me tell you all something about this saddle. I was not going to buy one. I told Jared, I said, you know what, I'm happy with the saddle that I have, and I'm not going to buy one. Then I went over to his house to test it out and shoot out of it. Oh man, this thing is so lightweight. It is so well built. It is such a nice daggone saddle, and I know everybody is waiting for theirs right now, and Tethered is getting them shipped out as we speak. This is a nice daggone saddle, and you will not be disappointed once you have your hands on it. You are going to love this thing. So at this point, we have our saddle on, we have our lineman's rope around the tree, we got our spurs on, and we're ready to climb. I'm going to throw this backpack back on my back to do the climbing. So it's on my back, my saddle's on, I got these strapped to my legs, and I'm up the tree 20 feet. So my next step there is going to be to hook up my tether around the tree, hook it onto my bridge, and then I'm hanging. So the next step in the process is going to be the next beauty. Something that I am very excited about, the Predator platform. These are the bee's knees of platforms. I've used several platforms, and I like the ones I used, and then I used this one and said, this thing is sweet. It is so lightweight. It is so awesome. I love it, and I'm very excited to be using this one. Again, this is Jared's. It's not mine. I wish it was mine, but I am daggone excited because this platform and this saddle are so lightweight and so compact, and just pack away into such a small backpack. It is awesome, and I'm so daggone excited. So the next thing I'm going to do now that I am hooked into my tree, I'm standing on my platform. I have a small bow hanger that I like to use. I guess if you're not allowed to use these in public land, there are a lot of options for strap hangers you can use, but I like to use these little small easy hangers by Realtree. They're pretty nice. And the next thing I'll do is pull up my bow. I use the Doyle's Gear Hoist. These are sweet little things. I've seen people use 30-foot dog leashes as well. These are a little bit heavy, but you know what? They're worth it. It's worth it for me not to be screwing with a piece of paracord trying to get my bow up in the tree. I love these things. Now the next thing we're going to be pulling out of the bag is our camera gear. This is the heaviest piece of my camera gear. This is the shoulder for my 4th Arrow carbon arm. So I'm going to strap that to the tree. This is the arm, and I'm ready to go. Now next for camera gear, I have my Canon G40. I just got this camera like a week ago. I am very excited. This thing takes some great video. It is a very nice camera. I'm very happy I upgraded from a G20 to a G40. A lot of weight comes from this camera gear, but this camera is definitely worth it. Now the next piece of camera gear I use is a GoPro. And I bought this clip after watching one of G2 Outdoors videos. This will hook right to your tether, and it will give you a nice second angle looking down at you. I have a 12-hour battery pack on this, so for most of my hunts, especially early season, I can turn this thing on and let it run the whole time I'm there. Now, I guess who goes hunting without a knife, right? This is the Helly Harding, my favorite knife that I have ever owned in my life. I love this thing. It goes on every hunt. I don't care if it's a squirrel hunt or a chipmunk hunt or I go frog gigging. This knife is going to be with me, and it always makes it in my pack. Well, last but not least, in my pack, I carry a bottle of water. Even if I'm going to be out for, an hour, I take a bottle of water with me. You never know what's going to happen. You never know when you're going to need it. You never know how long you're going to be out. Take a bottle of water with you. Stay hydrated, especially in this early season when it is daggone smoking hot. So my pack with all my camera gear was weighing in right at 26 pounds. Well, I cut out all the camera gear, repacked everything, and this weighs up just under 15 pounds, right at like 14 3/4 pounds. Now, most of the weight there comes from these spurs. These are steel spurs, they're Bashlands. Very nice. I love the daggone things, but they're not as light as carbon spurs. I don't know how much weight I would save with carbon spurs. I don't know how many pounds less they would be. However, I do know exactly how many fewer testicles I would have if my wife found out I spent 500 bucks on a set of spurs. I'll stick with these and carry a few extra pounds. I'm fine with that. Well, I hope this video helped you out, whether you're a new saddle hunter or you've been a saddle hunter for a while. This is how I pack up my gear. This is everything I take into the woods. I hope by the time you're watching this video, I have a couple nice deer on the ground. I am so daggone excited for this season to get started. I wish every one of you a whole bunch of good luck. I hope you kill a big one this year. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love every one of you. We'll see you later.